Hello, this is Lexington Town Manager Jim Malloy, and I'm here to talk to you about Article 8 of the Special Town Meeting for 2020-3, Reducing Legal Expenditures, which is a citizen's petition. The proponent's position on this is that most of the legal work that's done by Town Council is routine in nature that can be handled by a single attorney with outside counsel handling the difficult work. Several communities have been used by the proponent to make his point on the salary. The proponent has used the salary of a junior associate in a large city attorney's office for the basis of the salary in his proposal. In reality, the work is not routine. It can often be complex legal work, which, if not undertaken properly, could become a liability for the town, which could ultimately end up costing more in the long run. These are some of the issues that Town Council has worked on since January of 2020. And as you can see, the majority of the work has been COVID-19 related, which is 24% of the total work, real estate, which has been 21%, miscellaneous, multiple issues. That's often where Town Council will contact a staff member and talk about 2 or 3 open issues. Solar, town meeting, litigation, grant of location policy, which had a lot to do with utility regulation that the select board was looking at, planning and zoning issues, contract issues, the health board authority, the cutting school tree issue, construction, and then a bunch of smaller items, including the zoning board, short-term rental proposal that's coming before town meeting. So these are issues that are somewhat more complex and not very simple in nature. In fact, the number of attorneys or paralegals that worked on these particular issues over these months range from 10 different to 13 different attorneys and paralegals. Other communities with in-house town council and their budget and staffing. The proponent has compared the city of Newton, Woburn, New Bedford, and Lawrence to Lexington as far as their in-house town council. So Newton has a budget of about 1.9 million and 13 staff. Woburn has a budget of about 300,000 and 2 staff, although the attorney there informed me that she had been approved for 3. New Bedford has a budget of about 1,070,000 and a staff of 14, of which 9 are full-time and 5 are part-time attorneys and legal staff. Lawrence has a budget of 828,000. No information on the number of staff. Lexington's town council fees actually for the past fiscal year were about $254,000. And that was for 2020 because that's the last year that we have the actual expenses. And the reason why we just have that one expense is that town council or legal expenses, our legal services are really made up of a whole host of things, including labor council, our town council, and then CPA legal work. The school council is obviously separate, but that's all of the legal expense that the town has had. And as you can see, town council makes up about 3/5 of the total amount of the town's legal expenses. So these are towns that are approximately the size of Lexington that have in-house versus contracted legal services. These are communities between 25,000 and 50,000. These are all town governments. In-house, you have Arlington, Barnstable, Bridgewater, Falmouth, Franklin, Milford, North Andover, and Randolph. And those that contract out their legal services is a longer list stemming from Amherst to Watertown. So in summary, town council cannot operate as a single attorney serving as town council. The type of work is too varied and complex, and the community benefits from having a legal team coordinating our legal work. And I can tell you from firsthand experience working in 2 communities similar to the size of Lexington that had in-house town council. In both cases, it was not a good experience. And in both cases, the communities chose ultimately to go back out and contract out their legal services. The costs proposed by the proponent are not realistic and are based on help wanted ads for junior attorneys in other municipalities that have large staffs. It simply isn't realistic to expect high quality legal work at the pay rate that's being suggested. The town's legal fees fluctuate with the amount of legal work required at any point in time. Having a single attorney during times when there's a lot of demand will lead to insufficient legal counsel for the community. Really, for the good of the community in the long term, I asked the town meeting members to reject this proposal and vote no. Thank you very much.